everyone, welcome back again on the CA Inter question series. So today's topic is chapter number 2 of strategic management, which is strategic analysis external environment. So let's get started.
Question number 1 is explain the concept of experience curve and highlight its relevance in strategic management. Experience curve is similar to learning curve, which explains the efficiency gained by workers through repetitive productive work. Experience curve is based on the commonly observed phenomenon that unit costs decline as a firm accumulates experience in terms of a cumulative volume of production. The implication is that larger firms in an industry would tend to have lower unit costs as compared to those of smaller organizations, thereby gaining a competitive cost advantage. Experience curve results from a variety of factors such as learning effects, economies of scale, product redesign, and technological improvements in production. Now, second question is write a short note on PLC, product life cycle, and its significance in portfolio diagnosis. Product life cycle is an important concept in strategic choice. And S-shaped curve which exhibits the relationship of sales with respect of time for a product that passes through the four successive stages. The four stages are introduction, growth, maturity, and decline. In introduction stage, the competition is almost negligible. Prices are relatively high and markets are limited. The growth in sales is also at a lower rate. Whereas in second stage, that is growth stage, in which the demand expands rapidly, price falls, competition increases and market expands. In third stage, that is maturity stage, competition gets tough and market gets stabilized. Profit comes down because of stiff competition. And in fourth stage, that is declining stage, sales and profit both fall down sharply due to some new product replaces the existing product. PLC can be used to diagnose a portfolio of products or businesses in order to establish the stage at which each of them exists. Particular attention is to be paid on the businesses that are in declining stage. Depending on the diagnosis, appropriate strategic choice can be made. For instance, expansion may be a feasible alternative for businesses in the introductory and growth stage, whereas a combination of strategies like selective harvesting, retrenchment, etc. may be adopted for declining businesses. In this way, a balanced portfolio of businesses may be built up by exercising a strategic choice based on the PLC concept. Third question is understanding the competitive landscape is important to build upon a competitive advantage. Explain. A competitive landscape is a business analysis which identifies competitors, either direct or indirect. Competitive landscape is about identifying and understanding the competitors, and at the same time it permits the comprehension of their vision, mission, core values, niche market, strengths and weaknesses. There are 5 steps to understand the competitive landscape for building competitive advantage. Those are: first, identify the competitors. The first step to understand the competitive landscape is to identify the competitors in the firm's industry and have actual data about their respective market share. Second is understand the competitors. Once the competitors have been identified, the strategist can use market research report, internet, newspapers, social media, industry reports and various other sources to understand the products and services offered by them in different markets. Third one is determine the strengths of the competitors. What are the strengths of the competitors? What do they do well? Do they offer great products? Do they utilize marketing in a way that comparatively reaches out to more consumers? Why do consumers give them their business? Fourth one is determine the weaknesses of the competitors. Weaknesses can be identified by going through consumer reports and reviews appearing various medias. After all, consumers are often willing to give their opinions, especially when the products or services are either great or very poor. And the last one is put all the information together. At this stage, the strategist should put together all information about the competitors and draw inference about what they are not offering and what the firm can do to fill the gaps. The strategist can also know the areas which needs to be strengthened by the firm. Question number 4 is, what are the factors which determine the nature of rivalry in an industry? The intensity of rivalry in an industry is a significant determinant of an industry's attractiveness and profitability. The intensity of rivalry can influence the costs of suppliers, distribution, and of attracting customers, and thus can directly affect the profitability. The more intense the rivalry, the less attractive is the industry. Rivalry among competitors tends to be cutthroat and an industry's profitability is low. When an industry has no clear leader, therefore continuous war for leadership. Second, competitors in the industry are numerous. Competitors operate with high fixed costs, thus aiming for better return on investment with more fierce tactics. Competitors face high exit barriers and therefore continue to fight for market share. Competitors have little opportunity to differentiate their offerings. And last is, the industry faces slow or diminished growth. Now, the last question is, what are the 5 competitive forces in an industry as identified by Michael Porter? The 5 forces model of Michael Porter are: first, threat of new entrants. New entrants place a limit on prices and affect the profitability of existing players. The new capacity and product range the new entrants bring increases competitive pressure. Second, bargaining power of customers. The bargaining power of buyers influences not only the prices that the producers can charge but also influence costs and investments of the producer. This force will become heavier depending on the possibilities of the buyers forming groups or cartels, particularly in case of industrial products. Third, bargaining power of suppliers. Often suppliers can exercise considerable bargaining power. The bargaining power of suppliers determines the cost of raw materials and other inputs of the industry and therefore can affect industry attractiveness and profitability. Fourth, rivalry among current players. The impact is evident more at functional level in the prices being charged, advertising and pressures on costs, products and so on. Last is threats from substitute. Substitute products are a latent source of competition in an industry. Substitute products offering a price advantage and or performance improvement to the consumer can have significant impact.
I hope you guys found this video helpful. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below and subscribe for more.